ஓகே ಈಗ மெடிக்கல் ஆஃப் பண்ணிடு. மெடிக்கலுக்கு ஆஃப் பண்ணு. மெசேஜ் வராது, உள்ளே பார்க்கலாம் தெரியும். என்னது லேட் ஆகிடுச்சு, எனக்கு எது லேட் ஆகிடுச்சு அப்படின்னு பார்த்து எனக்கு வந்து தெரியுது.
அவங்க பயம் இல்லாமல் உட்காந்துருக்காங்க.
எக்ஸாம் முடிஞ்சிருச்சுன்னா சந்தோஷமாக இருக்கும். இப்போ கிளாஸில் ஆன்லைன் இருக்காது, கிளாஸ் ஆன்லைன்
மறந்துடுங்க.
சொல்றா எனக்கு எல்லாமே பேசுகிறோம். ஒரு நிமிஷம் இருக்குங்க. கூப்பிட்டு வரைக்கும் லாக் பண்ணிட்டு நான் பேசுகிற டிவி நான் மட்டும் பார்த்துக்கோங்க. கேட்டால் ஜஸ்ட் சேட் பாக்ஸை ரிப்ளை மட்டும் பண்ணுங்கள். கேன்சல் சேட் பாக்ஸை ரிப்ளை மட்டும் பண்ணுங்கள். கேட்குதுன்னா எஸ் மட்டும் ரிப்ளை பண்ணுங்கள். எஸ் ஸ்டாப். reply கேக்குதா கேட்கலையா எஸ் ஆர் நோ ரிப்ளை பண்ணாலும் தெரியும். கேட்குதா நான் பேசுகிறது? ஜஸ்ட் ரிப்ளை பண்ணுங்கள். கேட் ஆஃப் எஸ் அண்ட் ரிப்ளை. எல்லாமே கேட்குதா நான் பேசுகிறது? கேட்குதா இல்லையான்னு சொன்னால் தெரியும். Can you hear me? Yeah. கேட்கலையா? நாளைக்கு ரிப்ளை பண்ணுங்க. கேட்குதா இல்லையா? ஐ ஹோப் கேட்குன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். ஓகே, கொஞ்சம் இந்த சிக்னல் இஷ்யூவாக இருக்குது. ஜஸ்ட்டு லிசன் மட்டும் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. ஹோப் யூ ஃபாலோ. ஓகே, கிளியர் மேம்? Okay, I think so. Okay, let me start. Okay, welcome to all. So already we discussed on unit 1, unit 2, unit 3 important topics and how to write the exam. Okay, so now by this we are going to discuss now unit number 4. Okay, so in this unit number 4 topic is pneumatic and fluid conditions. So what are the topics involved in this unit means? So very first we have to discuss basic pneumatics. Okay, so already we discussed somewhat hydraulic components, all the three units. The first one is basic of hydraulics and pneumatics, and second and third one we discussed only hydraulics. Now we move into pneumatics. So in this very first basic pneumatic we have to study. So followed by we will go air compressor and fluid conditioners, and the third chapter will be pneumatic valves and actuator, design of pneumatic circuits, electrical control and fuel power system, and final object control in fuel power system. These are all the chapter includes in unit number 2. But compared to all the units, the unit 4 is somewhat big, right? Why? Because now it contains almost 6 chapters. It is quite tough to study. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we will study all the concepts. So what the concepts I will discuss is just to study for the examination. Okay. In this, what are the important topics in unit number 4? So important topics in unit number 4 is, these are all the important topics. The very first one, properties of air. The properties of air is important one. The next one is perfect gas loss, followed by compressor, FR unit, muffler. The next is air control valves, quick exhaust valves, and pneumatic actuator. The cascade method, and is very important in cascade method. This is very important. So already we discussed n numbers. Even though here also we are going to discuss some of the important topics. Followed by the cascade method, we have fluidics, and finally radar diagram and pneumatic logic circuit, which includes and or and NOT gaps. Okay. So the thing is, wherever I'm putting underline, so like properties of air and perfect gas loss and fluidics. So these three chapters, the maximum possibility they are going to ask only 40. That is 2 more questions they will ask, not more than that. So if you want to prepare 4 to 2 more questions, just concentrate on properties of air, perfect gas loss and fluidics. Okay. So properties of air, already we studied properties of hydraulics, hydraulic fluids. So what are the properties we studied at there, the same will come here, but little bit changes. For the perfect gas loss, these perfect gas loss also we discussed in hydraulics, with applicable small changes we go with the pneumatics. And finally we go with the fluidics. The fluidics is also one of the important topics in part B. Okay. So rest of all the topic is part B question. The cascade method is very essential. They will ask for part C also. Okay. So the air control valves, quick exhaust valves, and pneumatic actuator is what we need to be studied all the control valve and exhaust valve and the hydraulic actuator. So the only change is pneumatic. So where already we study hydraulic, here we are going to study pneumatic. The only thing we have to use the fluid only change. Okay. So now what we are going to concentrate now, compressor, FR muffler in case of 4 km, for the cascade method. This is very important in terms of part B as well as part C. And finally we are going to discuss radar diagram and pneumatic logic circuit. Okay, so one by one we are going to see for exam point of view. So very first, properties of air. So in the properties of air, what they are going to ask? Very simple. So this is already I told you that the properties of air, they ask only 40 questions. So 40 questions, 2 more questions they will ask. So maximum possible question means, so what is the composition of air? That we know well because we are studying the lower class itself. The composition of air, the air consists of 78% of nitrogen, 21% of oxygen, and finally rest of 1% of other gases. So this question is, they will ask for some time. For understanding of previous 5 years questions, we got the data like composition of air, they may ask 2 or 3 times. Okay. So remember that 78% of nitrogen. So in normal air, we have a nitrogen as enormous, and then we have 24% of oxygen, which is more essential for our health. And finally we get some other gases including helium, neon, water maybe. So all the gases are available. So these questions are the important 2 more questions in case of properties of air. Followed by pressure relationship. So out of it definitely one question will come. Okay. So what is the relations of pressure in terms of air means, this you have to remember, absolute pressure is equal to gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. This is very important, not only for examination. If you go with some government exam, definitely they will ask the question. Okay. So absolute pressure is equal to gauge pressure plus atmospheric pressure. So atmospheric pressure is nothing but the air which is surrounded our body. That is called atmospheric pressure. So normal pressure which is available in Earth's surface, that is called atmospheric pressure. Normally advanced pressure value is 1.013 bar. Okay. So auxiliary pressure is nothing but the addition of guard pressure plus atmospheric pressure. So based on this, they may ask a problem like 2 mark question. This is a very very rare case. Even though you have to remember, so they will give the auxiliary pressure. You need to find out the guard pressure. So atmospheric pressure value we know well 1.013 bar. With the help of this, you may find out the unknown data. So this sometimes they'll ask. Okay. So these are the important two questions in terms of properties of air. So I'll discuss only 2 more questions because these properties of air comes only 2 more questions. There is no big question in this chapter. Okay. So the next one is perfect gas loss. So in perfect gas loss, or before unit number 2 we studied perfect hydraulics loss. What are the hydraulics loss is there? We already studied. There also we studied Boyle's law, Charles law, Gallagher's law, everything we studied. So generally you have to remember general gas law, which is nothing but PV by T is equal to constant. This is a very important term. So you should remember PV by T is equal to constant. Not only in hydraulics. So whenever you go for thermodynamics, the thermal column, like we know PV by T is equal to constant. So normal gas law. Okay. So general gas law in terms of PV by T is equal to constant. So P stands for pressure, V stands for volume, and T stands for temperature. These are the general term in general gas law. So in case first you define what is Boyle's law. Then you ask to define Boyle's law. So Boyle's law, which means T is constant. So T is constant, so PV is equal to constant. This is formula for Boyle's law. Whereas Charles law, that is V by T is equal to this. T is constant for Charles law. And Gallagher's law, V is constant, so P by T is equal to constant. This is a term, we got a loss, the important loss in perfect gas loss in terms of pneumatic system. Okay, so you have to remember that general gas loss. With the help of general gas law, we may define all the remaining laws like Boyle's, Charles, and finally Gallagher's law. The thing, so whenever they ask Boyle's law, you may remember that T is constant. Whereas Charles law, T is constant. Gallagher's law, V is constant. That you have to remember. Then you may, with the help of this, you may easily find out the formula of each law. Okay. So next we go with the compressor. This is a big question. Part B question will ask using this compressor. So already we studied a pump. Okay. So positive displacement pump. Then we have reciprocating pump, rotary pump, centrifugal pump, axial. So all the pumps we study. So because that is hydraulic, we are using pumps, whereas pneumatic we are going to use. The only thing is compressor. So what we are going to do, only thing is small difference is there here is what is the difference now? There we are going to use fluid as hydraulic fluid as an input. Here we are going to use air as an input. Rest of all is same. So for compressor, here don't worry, we have n number of types. Don't worry about that. So delta T is here. So in the chapter what we have means there is first in reciprocating pump, positive displacement pump, we have reciprocating and rotary. We have two types, in which we have only piston. So piston compressor when you act in the examination, whereas rotary type we have only two, that is screw compressor and band compressor, not more than that. So if you go for the examination, what you are going to study in terms of compressor, so first you have to write what is compressor. You know that atmospheric air sucked by the compressor, which is used to increase the pressure and temperature level of the output of the compressor. Okay, so here you have to write first what is compressor, then you have to explain which type comes under. For example, they ask me explain the concept of piston compressor, then you have to write first for what is compressor and what is positive displacement compressor, then reciprocating compressor, in which you have to explain what is piston compressor. Okay, so in our syllabus we have only these three. Okay, so in the compressor they will ask only piston compressor, screw compressor, band compressor. Out of this, definitely one question will come. So it is not a compulsory. So what I am telling you in 4th unit, possible part B question means compressor also another part B question. Suppose in unit number 2 they ask what is that pump, screw pump or a band pump they ask, means definitely they won't ask 4th unit screw or band compressor. So what you are going to do means even to study compressor, because just replace it, diagram everything should be similar to the unit number 2. So better go with that, so quite easy. Okay. So this is one of the important topics in 4th unit. And then next, so you should compulsorily study. Okay, you should study called FRL unit and muffler. This is very essential. Okay, this unit is very essential, FRL unit and muffler. So they may ask not 13 marks, they will ask 6 or 7 marks question. Okay, so FRL unit that you know well: filter, regulator, and lubricator. Okay, you know the function of filter, you know the function of regulator, and you know the function of lubricator also. So we have some diagram. So regarding this, already we have studied in the classroom. At the same time, we study some assignment submitted also. So better you have to study what is FRL unit, how the construction, what is the neat diagram that you have to remember. Followed by muffler we have. So muffler is a very essential part in terms of unit number 4. Even though it is like look similar to the pump, the muffler is somewhat different. Okay, so here what you study in new means FRL unit and muffler. Okay, so better you have to study FRL and muffler very first while preparing for the examination in terms of unit number 4. Okay, so FRL is very essential and muffler also essential. So muffler also we have some diagram, FRL unit also we have diagram. So as I said already, you should draw the diagram a single page and neatly by using scale pencil. It is easy to get good marks in examination, that you have to remember. Okay, so followed by we have some valves, so air control valve, quick exhaust valves, pneumatic actuator. So all the things are similar to unit number 2. So unit number 2 already we study control valves, exhaust valves, and actuators, but there we study only hydraulic. Now we are going to study pneumatic. Only fluid alone change. Rest of all the diagram, concept, everything become very similar to that. So what you do, if you study unit number 2, the unit number 4 will become very easy. Or else if you study unit number 4, the unit 2 become very easy. So what I am telling suggest means unit 2 and unit 4 is similar for the examination preparation. So better go with the unit number 2 thoroughly, then unit number 4 you may study only FR and muffler. That may be quite good. Okay, hope you understand what are the important questions in part B. So now we go with the important topic. Okay, that is cascade method. That is a very important. Without this question they won't ask anything. Okay, so cascade question is important. They'll ask either part B or part C. So already I told part C, one question from third unit definitely. Third unit one question definitely will come. After another one from either fourth unit or fifth unit, because these two unit only we have the application oriented. Suppose if they ask me fourth unit, now definitely the question from cascade method. Okay, so cascade method is very important. So here already we discussed what is cascade method, how we are going to explain everything. So here also I am going to recalling you. Okay, so what is cascade method? So cascade method is nothing but, so here the definition, 2 or more stages are connected together in a way that output of a previous stage is connected to the input of the next stage. So what you are going to do, you have to go into develop a system combination of group. So 3 groups will be there. So output of first group will be the input of second group. So output of second group will be the output of third group. So likewise we have a system, then it is called a cascade system. So cascade system nothing but, so stages, so 2 or more stages combined together in order to get the proper output. Okay, so these were very important in cascade method. So now we go with what are the procedure. So here only design, they will give the question, you have to design the entire circuits. How will you? So first procedure, here we have only 5 steps. If you know these 5 steps, then they will be very easy. Okay, so no need to study anything, no need to go for the textbook everything. So just follow what I am telling, then it will be very easy. Okay, very first one. So very first procedure, very first step, what you are going to do, very first you have to put the name for each cylinders. Okay, so the cylinder, so for example if you think like this diagram will include, if this question or this system includes 3 cylinders, then you have to name A, B, C. Okay, like this. So the A alphabetic letter A, B, C, you know, that is denotes for cylinder name. A, B, C denotes a cylinder name. You have to define the name by using alphabetic. So the alphabetic, this alphabetic stands for each cylinder. Okay, and then we have to put extra positive and negative sign. So the positive sign indicates that is forward stroke, negative sign indicates return stroke. So this is a very first step. We have to define what is the name of the each cylinder, what is the position of the cylinder, either forward stroke or reverse stroke, that you have to go with that. Okay, so here how will you do means, the question itself, the step 1 will give. So question they contain first step. The question they give the A positive, B positive, A minus, B minus. So no need to worry about the first step. Then we straight away go with the second step, what they are going to do in second step. So in second step, you have to very first, after reading the question, you have to go with the grouping. First you have to group yourself. How will you group? Once you done the group correctly, then the answer will be good. Correct only. So how will you go for the group? Very first, very first you have to group the field where the changes in strokes. The first group will be the where the exactly changes will occur. That is will be first group. And second, third, subsequent group will be maximum of one change. Okay, you have to remember maximum of one change, not 2 or 3 changes. Maximum one change, minimum one change. Okay, which means that each group at least contain one changes. That should be essential. Okay, so the first group we may go with any numbers, but it will be having any changes. When second and third and subsequent group will be maximum of one change, but the group contains some changes. That's it, either forward stroke or else reverse stroke. If that is called changes, you need to go for changes. And then in the group itself, no letters should be repeated. For example, if you go with like ABC is a cylinder, you may take ABC as a cylinder, in which already you put A positive one group, B positive as a same group. You should not repeat again the term called A, B. So like you may consider, so A as a group, like I put A positive is a one I have a group like A positive and B positive. This is a one group I have. So if I think like, okay, why can't I got A minus here, means so letters are repeating, so you should not add in between the same group. It will come one group, it will come as separate group. Okay, that is the meaning of it. So no letters should be repeat. Okay, and third and final condition will be the group identified by the letter like 1, 2, 3. That is Roman letter, you have put 1, 2, 3 for the group identification. So for example, here you can consider we have group 1, 2, 3. So 3 group we have. So each group contains, we may take first group A positive, A plus, B plus we have. Okay, you may add C plus or C minus, no issue, but you should not add the value contains A or B. Okay, because already we have the value A, B in the group 1. So you should not add A, B and A negative here. So okay, so A positive, B positive, then C minus or C plus, then it is quite good. But you should not repeat the word which one already present here. Okay, so this is what the grouping. So grouping is very essential. Once you done the group, then the problem will be very easy. The third step will be you have to go with the supply lines. So here they indicate pressure lines. So it's nothing but supply lines. You have to go for supply. So we need a supply for each cylinder. So either pneumatic or hydraulic, we are going to supply the fluids in order to actuate the cylinder. Okay, for which we need a supply line. How will you identify the supply? So how many groups we have? The same number of supply line we have. Suppose we have 3 groups, we should go with supply line. 3 supply line we go. So simply we make it like S1, S2, S3. Okay, so each number it indicates S1 indicates supply line 1, S2 supply line 2 and S3 supply line 3. So if you have 3 groups, then you go with 3 supply lines. 2 groups, then you go with 2 supply lines. This is what I'm meaning. Okay, so then go with step 4. So step 4 you have to go with the valves. So here we need each cylinder we have each one valve. So number of pilot control valve, the direction control valve. So pilot control valve is equal to number of cylinders. So how many cylinders we have? The same number of direction control valve we need. So number of pilot valves and number of cylinder, and we have the limit switch. So limit switch already we know whether the piston reaching moment is forward stroke extreme position or else reverse stroke extreme position. So for which forward stroke means we have one limit switch, reverse stroke means we have a limit switch. So each cylinder we have 2 limit switch. So number of limit switch is equal to 2 into number of cylinders. That is our number. Suppose we go with 2 cylinders, that is A and B. So we need 4 number of limit switches. If you have 3 cylinder, then 6 number of limit switches. Like this you have to go with designing. And finally we have cascade. These are very important. So cascade valve. How we define a cascade valve? No? So cascade valve is nothing but, so how many groups we have? -1. That is a cascade valve. Suppose I have 2 groups. So I need to control entire system by 1 cascade valve, because 2 minus 1 we may get 1. So we have 1 cascade valve. Suppose we have 3 groups, definitely we go with 2 cascade valve in order to control the overall system. So this is what a step number 4. And final steps. So already I told you that what is cascade valve, no? Cascade system, which means that output of the first system will be the second system input, then the second system output will be the third system input. So the grouping we are going to do. So 1, 2, 3. So in first group itself, for example, you may consider like in first group I have a cylinder like A and B. These are two group I have. So A cylinder output will connect to the B cylinder. Okay, this is what I'm meaning in group 1. Suppose after group 1 I have group 2 called A minus and B, A minus and B minus, like. Okay, so now after the B plus, the B output should not connect directly to the A. Why? Because the group got over, first group over, then second group will start. So in order to activate second group, we need to connect the output of B into cascade valve. Then the cascade valve is connected to the next group inlet. Okay, so the group within the group, the output will be connected to the next system, whereas the group outside of the group, you need to connect the each system output to the cascade valve in order to control the entire system. That's what they. So these were total 5 steps. So if you know these 5 steps, then you go with the easy design. Okay, so now finally I will go with one example, then you come to know how they are going to design everything. So here we have a system A plus B plus A minus B minus hydraulic circuit. The question contains design the hydraulic circuit by using cascade method. The system will be A plus B plus A minus B minus. Okay, these are the question. So by seeing here, we have a two alphabet A and B. Plus plus minus minus just omit it. Just consider only alphabet. We have A and B. So we have two cylinders. Clearly we know that. So each A and B, each alphabet stands for cylinders. So here we have two cylinders that you have to remember. So first what you are going to do? First you have to form a group. Okay, as I said, so each group should contain at least one change. At the same time, this letter should not be repeat. So here I am taking A plus B plus as one group, and then A minus B minus as one group. You may take A plus B minus B plus A minus, that is also is possible. So according to my case, I just take A plus B plus one group and A minus B minus one group. So very first step, you need to form the grouping. So next, so we have number of groups is equal to 2. So we need two supply lines, which means that S1 and S2 I need in order to supply hydraulics to the each of the cylinder. So I just draw S1 S2 at very bottom of the page. So how we define? So we have two groups, so we need two supply lines. Next, we need to control cascade valve. As I said, cascade valve is nothing but we need to about number of group minus 1, that is cascade valve. So here we have two groups, so 2 minus 1 we have 1, so 1 cascade valve is enough. So cascade valve is nothing but simply 4/2 DC valve only. So just to draw the 4/2 DC valve. Okay, here below the supply lines you have to draw this line is nothing but this is called a cascade valve. Okay, so always you have to connect with the second line with the supply system, like you have to connect. All the question you have to follow the same, and in the textbook somewhat differ. You just follow this method. This is quite easy. Okay, so now we have a cylinder A, B. So two cylinder we have. So first draw the two cylinders, that is A and B. Then you have to draw the position of the piston. Okay, the position of the piston, how will you draw means, see here first we have A plus B plus. Okay, so now what you do, suppose if they are giving A plus, you need to draw the piston position as minus. B plus, you have to draw the minus. Suppose they are giving A minus, you have to draw the piston position as plus. Okay, so here I draw initial position as minus location. So because it is a reverse stroke extreme position, this is a minus. Here also minus, because we have first group as A plus B plus, that's why I draw minus minus. Okay, so now we go with so each cylinder we have a direction control valve, that is pilot valve we require. So one cylinder we have one valve, so two cylinder we have two. At the same time, limit switch you need to mention. So here I have L1, L2, L3, L4. L1 stands for A cylinder retraction stroke, L2 stands for A cylinder forward stroke, whereas B cylinder forward stroke L4, reverse stroke will be L3, that you have to put, is common. Then you go with the DC direction control valve. I put each cylinder one direction control valve I draw. The same to second position you have to connect with the A and B cylinder. Okay, so now we go with the connection. So now what you do, you have to supply with the lines. So S1 you have to connect with A plus, because we need the A plus motion very first. So connect A plus. Now the piston flow starts from this end to here, and output will come to the end. So now the pistons keep on moving from these two, that is left end to right end. At the end of stage, it will strike it will hit the L2 position. So after hitting L2, the limit switch to energize. So limit to switch to, you have to connect with the S1 same line, that is you have to connect with B positive. Now the same operation will happen. Now the piston reaches again L4. So now the group 1 will over. So you should not connect again to the same to A minus, because group over you need to connect these L4 into cascade valve. So I need to connect the L4 into cascade valve. I connect. So now the first group is over. Now what to do? The second line will connect to the A minus. So I'm going to second line will be A minus. I connected now. So now the piston again return back to the position. So that is L2 to L1. Once it hit L1, the L1 got energized. Now L1 connect to the B minus stage. So again the B minus will move. L3 will hit. Now L3 will connected with the cascade valve. This system will rotate. So this is what the concept of developing the hydraulic circuit in cascade method. Hope you understand how to design. So this is what an important question they'll ask in all the examination. Okay. So likewise we have n number of example. So after finishing this, I'll share some of the assignment question to you. You have to practice and finally submit to me. Okay. So what is the next remaining thing? So what is the next question they'll ask means in this unit? That is called ladder diagram and pneumatic logic circuit. So okay. So already we discussed pneumatic logic circuit and or NAND and NOR. Regarding this, I'll give the assignment to you. You have to prepare the assignment and submit to me. Okay. So cascade method is very essential. So in this unit, so far what we discussed. So part A question, that is properties of air, perfect gas laws and fluidics we discussed. Part B question we discussed the compressor, FRL unit, muffler, air control valves, quick exhaust valves and pneumatic actuator. Cascade method we discussed and ladder diagram and logic circuit we discussed. Okay. So part C also the question will come, that is cascade method. Okay. So while go for the examination, you should study the very first cascade method. This cascade method is very essential. Followed by you need to go with compressor, FRL muffler. Then you go with the pneumatic logic circuit. This is very what you say rare question. They will ask 4 mark or 5 mark question if they ask in this chapter means. Okay. So normally they will ask in this portion: cascade method, compressor, FRL and muffler. So compressor, it is look like same like pump. So FRL and muffler also we are discussed. These were the important topics in unit number 4. Okay. Hope you understand. Is there any doubt? Just you may ask now. So that's all here. Okay, thank you so much. You may leave now. Thank you. இதுவரை நான் பேசுறது கேட்கலையாமா ஓ சரியாக கேட்காம இருக்கு சார். ஓகே தேங்க்யூ. இனிமேல் லீவ் ஒன்று கரெக்டாக போகிறாங்க கொழுப்பா கிளம்பி இருக்குதா கொழுப்பு பிடிச்சாங்களா
கேட்கலையா? கமெண்ட் பண்ணியிருக்காங்களா?
ஆமாம்
என்ன பண்ணியிருக்காங்க?
சரியாக கேட்கலான்னு.
ஆனால் நிறைய பேர் இருந்தாங்களா?
22 பேர்.
போகுங்களா?
அது
கமெண்ட் பண்ணுவாங்களா? இல்லை
22 பேருக்கு மேலே என்ன ஆகும்?
இல்லை கேட்குறேன்னு கமெண்ட் பண்ணுவாங்களா